This is Aaron Jones coming to you with another vlog from Nihama in Japan. And today is March 11th, 2014, and it marks 3 years anniversary since the big earthquake and tsunami that took place in the Tohoku region up in the eastern northern part of Japan. Where I lived at that time was in Shikoku Central City, a little bit not so far from where I am now, about 20 or 30 kilometers away. Luckily, I live in Shikoku Island, and so I wasn't I wasn't affected by the earthquake. Didn't feel it here. The tsunami didn't actually come here, though there was a tsunami warning for this area. However, there wasn't any tsunamis or anything that came here. However, during the time that day, in the afternoon it happened, and in the evening, I think the whole country stood still. If you look here, there's a picture I took of the TV on the evening of March 11th after the earthquake and tsunami took place. And you can see the TV reporters wearing helmets because they're located in Tokyo, where they felt a big part of the earthquake, and there were still aftershocks and whatnot coming after it. And of course, many people know what happened afterwards. A few days later, the Fukushima nuclear power plant had a problem, and they exploded. The whatever exploded wasn't actually the nuclear part that exploded, but they're still dealing with problems there with some radiation and stuff. However, after 3 years, I can really see in this part things have come together and people have come close. And even though the disaster is bad, one place, if there's a disaster, the place to be in when there's a disaster is Japan, because the way the people reacted really respect what happened up there. You know, there wasn't a lot of looting and people helping each other in this big, major disaster up there that affected thousands of people's lives. And it was a little bit eerie here in this part of the world, part of Japan, because there wasn't really anything that happened here other than a few hundred kilometers away. There was a whole disaster and people had felt the earthquake, and here it was almost like nothing. So it was a little bit surreal. And of course, they did power saving because of the Fukushima power plant. So a lot of stores and the convenience stores, they shut the lights off at night, during the day, on their signs, and vending machines and stuff. It's a little bit interesting because the power system in this part of Japan is not really connected or used in that part of Japan. It's a little bit complicated. There's two different. They're getting better now, I guess, but it's a little bit different. And so can't really share power so easily between the two parts of Japan, but to do our part. But things did get sparse here. I don't know if you heard, like things like batteries and stuff, because everything was either shipped up where they were needed, or people just started buying them and because they were worried that if something happened here. But anyways, it's been 3 years. It's hard to believe 3 years has passed, and it's something that affected everybody in Japan who was here at that time, and of course really affected those people who have lost ones and lost family and friends that took place in that part of this country when the tsunami and earthquake struck. Anyways, I give all my best to those people who are still living in some hard conditions over there, and hopefully the country will work harder to put them together. And if you're interested in what we did here in Shikoku as magicians, here's a link to the Shikoku Magic Friends Magic Club. We put together a show for raising money. You can watch the little video I kind of put together for that here for the Inspire Magic series. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about it. It's been 3 years, and it still seems like it was yesterday. It's still something that comes up, especially because of the Fukushima nuclear power plant. It's a kind of a leftover remnant, and there's still people who are dealing with housing problems up in that part of Japan, and of course people who can't really who live near the Fukushima nuclear power plants and stuff like that. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say today in this blog, and hopefully think about Japan and think about any other places. You know, there was other places in like Thailand that were affected a few years before by a giant tsunami, and it's very scary thing that could happen. And it could happen I'm from the Pacific coast of Canada, from Victoria originally, and it's very possible that this kind of disaster could happen there because there's a giant fault line and all across the, you know, the Pacific Rim of Fire. So anyways, that's all I have to say today. You can follow me on Twitter at Aaron Jones Magic. You can visit my website at aaronjones.com, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and please comment. I want to hear your comments. Until next time, see you next time. Bye bye.